I lost a $10,000 deal because a name didn't transfer from a webinar correctly onto a spreadsheet. But it didn't happen to me once. It happened to me 10 times. See, before I consolidated everything into one system, I was running everything across 7 different platforms. ClickFunnels for pages, SendGrid for emails, Infusionsoft for client management, Calendly for booking, which moved into Schedule once. I had Zaps, I had Makes, I had all kinds of things going on. And every time someone bought from our webinar, their information would land on this spreadsheet. And from the spreadsheet, their name had to jump from software to software to software. Unfortunately, the attributional tracking broke. What happened was the buyer's name didn't show up on the spreadsheet. And then the entire email sequence that was supposed to go to this person from me went out as a generic email sequence, and it didn't even make any sense. It wasn't aligned or anything like that. It was a problem. And sometimes the worst thing ever actually happened. That person would be reassigned to another coach, even though they saw my advertising. And after the 10th time this happened, I was pretty pissed, as you can imagine. And I sat down and I penciled out how much money I was actually losing from all of this attributional system breaking stuff. And yuck, it was over 6 figures. But listen, what nobody tells you about CRM mistakes isn't the real damage. The real damage are the deals that you might have missed. And so in this video, I'm gonna share 5 things that I wish I had known before I bought my first CRM. So the first thing that I wish I had known before I got involved in CRM land is having a system is better than not having a system. I want you to picture 10 different people handing you $1,000 cash. Now imagine those same people walking over to another person and giving them $1,000 cash each. That's exactly what happened to me because I thought I was too smart to need this thing called a CRM. See, here's what went down. We were running webinars and to sell our software, our first software product that we had. And every time someone would buy from this webinar, their information would be pushed into the next software. So they would use the webinar, they click the link, and then their information, name, email, contact information, purchasing data, right, would be pushed into a spreadsheet. And everything would be tracked pretty cleanly except for where the person actually came from in the beginning. And this is where I screwed up. Because when you're tracking buyers into a spreadsheet, trying to manually track everything to pay affiliates commissions, things just fall apart. In fact, a lot of stuff just stopped. And the worst part was I didn't even know it was happening. Not for months. In fact, I didn't even know about it until about a year later. I had this person that I had liked the whole time. They were kind of being coached by somebody that I knew, and we had had some interactions. And they came to me and they said, Sean, you know, I saw your ad in the beginning and I came through and I thought I was going to be coached by you. I ended up being coached by this other person. And that triggered me to go look what was happening. And I went and I looked in the system and guess what I found? That person was supposed to be with me. They were supposed to pay over $10,000 with me. But it was so far past the timeline that there was nothing I could do. The money was gone. Bygones are bygones, right? And it was all because I was too cheap or too proud or whatever it was to have a real system. Which brings me to the second thing that I wish I knew. Compartmentalization. When there's too many people and there's too many moving parts, things fall down. Now, compartmentalization may work great for the government, but it doesn't work for the small business. I want you to picture something for a second. Like, let's say, for example, you got ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is one of the best software for building funnels. Next, you have SendGrid and Infusionsoft to manage email marketing. Then you have Calendly and Schedule Once fighting for your calendar attention. Then you have spreadsheets. Then you have Make. Then you have Zapier connecting everything together. Next, let's add in beehive.com for newsletters over here. And we had medium.com for blogging over here. So you have all these different things. 7 different softwares, 6 or 7 different logins. Gosh, how much is a pain of having 7 different logins? See, I thought I was being smart. I thought I was using the best of the best and I was trying to keep all my costs down. But I didn't understand that each one of those 6 or 7 softwares was another $100 a month or $200 a month or $300 a month. Soon at the end of the day, my tech stack was crazy expensive, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. And what it actually was a house of cards. Frankenstein the monster built with make.com and Zapier's connecting everything with duct tape. And here's the thing that people will tell you about the multi-tool approach. A lot of people still do it, and that's okay. If you're one of them, listen to this, right? It works when it's just you. But when you get the next person involved and the next person involved, things just start to break. And the fact is if you saw a break, you could probably jump in and fix it pretty quickly. But when your team has to do it, they have no idea. And the second you try to teach someone to do it, game over. And after all that said, the real cost wasn't even the confusion. The real problem was the chaos of constantly running this. The next thing that I wish I knew, too much fight or flight leads to peril. I want you to picture something. You've just finished an 18-hour day. You've eaten 3 Taco Bell bean burritos. You drank enough coffee to keep your hands shaking permanently, and you just got off the phone. Your client can't figure out what the heck to do, how to connect this software to that one, duct tape that one over here, put a Zap on top of it and make everything fit together, all because you sold them a system that was way confusing. And see, this was my life for more than 2.5 years. I gained 60 pounds. I lived off Taco Bell coffee and water. I burned out. And the problem wasn't the money. The money was really good. In fact, it was really good. The problem was all of this stress was causing me to live in this fight or flight moment, which started to lead to peril. And this is where my story gets a little bit dark. I was completely burned out. The weight was piling on. My diet sucked. My relationship with my wife was going in the wrong direction. I had kind of had enough. Luckily, it was that time of year when we were headed to see my coach was Russell Brunson, and speak with him about the things that I needed to do to improve the software company that we were building. I had just taken a call with a client, and that client happened to try to go through the same rotation over and over. It's like the 4th time for that particular person, and I lost my mind. I put the phone down, tears started streaming down my cheeks, and I was coming around the corner on the highway and I saw a tree. And I almost drove into that tree. And the reason that I didn't is because I had my best friend, my wife, was in the car. That's how dark it got. But that rock bottom moment, it set up the intervention that I needed to go through. And the first thing that we looked at was, how do we reduce software usage? Which brings me to number 4. Don't be afraid to kill your baby. I want to tell you about the moment after I had had this crazy experience. I ended up in this mastermind. And I was in front of all these big business owners, $100 million players, and I had to get up on stage and share my journey. And I went through my whole story, and at the end, Russell stood up and he said to me something that changed everything for me. He looked at me and he said 3 words. He said, kill your baby. Kill your baby, Sean. The software that you're putting together, all that duct tape stuff, the 7 software, 7 platforms, you need to get rid of it all, and you need to find a calmer solution that restores your soul. Because without you, you can't serve the people that truly matter. This is the most important lesson that I ever took about anything. Keep it crazy simple. So it's okay to kill your baby and pivot quickly. And of course, being coachable, that's exactly what I did. It took us a year to sell our first software company, and then we were at this place of we get to reinvent ourselves and start again. And when we started to rebuild, we had one rule, and that rule was, let's find the most simple software solution. What tech is out there that can do all of these things? What can build my funnels? What can write my emails? What can do my scheduling? In fact, the calendar scheduling stuff was the main reason that I found and went down the path with GoHighLevel, because I had a whole sales team and I had to figure out how to get those guys booked on calls. And I didn't want to use some weird other scheduling software because I knew that's where things slipped through the cracks. And I also wanted that particular CRM to be hooked up to our lead gen system, which is flowchat.com. And those are the only 2 softwares other than like a payment processing system that anyone needs to build a 7-figure or even an 8-figure business. And the last and possibly the most important thing that I wish I had known before getting involved with the CRM was aim small, miss small. A lot of CRM products, specifically GoHighLevel, and especially like when you connect Claude to GoHighLevel, people try to go too big too early. Because for me, I was losing buyers between a webinar to a spreadsheet into ClickFunnels and then an Infusionsoft and then send an email and then how do you get them on your list for your blog, and so on and so forth. So what I did is I said, hey, how can I just stop that whole process and get them on the one list they need to be on before they even watch the webinar. And that was my one test, and I did that. And as soon as I did that, all the attribution headache, the tracking, the problems went away. All the other softwares flew into the dust, and I was ready. I had one simple solution. I tested it a couple of times with my own. I had somebody else opt in to try to go test it as well, and it worked. And that one thing was enough for me to start. So I aimed small, I missed small, I had a test environment, I got it to work, and then I switched my whole system so I could get rid of all of that annoying other tech. What did this lead to for me? 100% visibility. I could track every lead. I could track it without worrying that it wasn't going to work because I tested it, I'd used it, I'd got it to move in the right direction. And now I had a system that was running, and I could have peace when I was sleeping. So my friend, as you're watching this, please like and subscribe if you got any value out of the story that I just shared. And hopefully these 5 things that I just shared with you, again, here they are on the screen so you can see them. I hope these things stick with you as you're starting off your journey to go down the path of investing into a CRM. The easiest way, the fastest way to get set up right now is to look in the description box and click the link. Get a free 30-day trial account of GoHighLevel, and you can get my Closer's Blueprint Snapshot, which is the step-by-step guide to getting your agency or your business set up instantly. So make sure you click on that, and thanks again for being here with me. If you got some value, please like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.